phone.
You're recording, you can go ahead and go.
All right, well, I would like to officially call the meeting to order at 5:06 p.m. And let's just make introductions of the members of the committee. So we'll start on this side with Ms. Loretta. We'll come all the way around. If you wouldn't mind just saying your first and last name and the role you play either in the district, as a parent, guardian, whomever you are.
Good afternoon. I'm Loretta Zumbro. I'm the District Technology Integration Coach.
Hi, I am Susanna Finn, Instructional Coach at Estrella Mountain Elementary School.
I'm Deb Riley. I teach kindergarten at Estrella.
Charissa Lowe. I teach second grade at Rainbow Valley.
I'm Jennifer Crandall. I teach first grade at Westar Elementary.
Beth Alicia Reina, I teach kindergarten at Rainbow.
I'm Katie Heyer. I have 3 kids at Estrella Mountain. Next year they'll be in kindergarten, 4th grade, and 7th grade.
Hi, my name is Katharina Stier. I have one daughter at Estrella Mountain in the 2nd grade now.
Allison Becker, I'm first grade at Estrella.
Hi, I'm Lori Schuff, Superintendent, and I am just observing. I'm not a the committee.
I'm Christy Mendoza. I am 8th grade science at Liberty.
And I'm Natasha Camp, the Assistant Superintendent for Educational Services. We are in an open meeting, so we're going to stay to the agenda topics as we go. I know that's hard for us as teachers. And we're just going to move straight down, so I have it displayed here. But I also have some things printed off for you, so I'll be talking to you about what's in your packet in front of you. Does everybody have one of those? Yes? Okay. So we are going to move to agenda item number 1.2. And for this particular agenda item, I'm just going to discuss that the committee is going to review and discuss the committee's previous work. So we've done some work previously as a committee in the year 2020, and then also 2021. I would like you just to look at this front piece of paper. This is going to give you a summary. I'm going to read through a couple of things for you, and then I'm going to open it up for the members of the committee to further discuss and add to that committee work, anything that I might have missed. So in July of 2020, right in the midst of COVID, we met as an LESD science leaders to provide information about the process for science adoption. We then constructed the formal criteria for the science adoption. We met with science leaders and Picture Perfect science representatives to begin the initial evaluation of Picture Perfect materials using a rubric that you all used just this past week. So that really encompassed the work that we did in July over the summer. Then in August, from August 5th to February 5th, we started piloting some of these materials that you've reviewed. So we piloted discovery education, and that was actually a free pilot for us during the time that we were online with students and were not able to come in person. So that was really great trial at piloting discovery. The committee also reviewed from August 12th through August 18th, Amplify using the evaluation criteria. However, at that time, Amplify did not meet the alignment of content by the grade level, and so they put that material away for the future. On August 20th, we reviewed discovery education with the science leaders to further determine alignment for science inquiry and the cross-cutting concepts. On August 27th, K-5 training was delivered for discovery on alignment and evaluation and the needs of the teachers in the virtual learning. January 15th, we gave feedback on discovery ed and with the teacher leaders and alignment of the quality of resources. We had communicated the lack of science inquiry, and then also we were looking at some social studies disciplinary skills with discovery ed at that same time. March 31st, Picture Perfect training was delivered for K-2 pilot teachers, and hopefully they'll be talking about that in just a minute. And then from April 1st to May 8th, K-2 Picture Perfect Science was piloted in several classrooms. May 21st, we had a virtual review of the resources for Picture Perfect Science Pilot because it was complete. The committee members at that time recommended Picture Perfect Science as their first preference for easy to use and engaging science instruction for students integrate and also integration of reading. Then we move into the next school year of September 27th. We reconvened the committee to further talk about the budget of the adoption. So the budget for K-2 adoption was presented to the committee at $94,000. The committee then began to determine the alignment of Picture Perfect Science lesson modules to the Arizona Science Standards for each core idea of science. Those core ideas are earth, physical, and life. Then on November 2nd, the committee selected one standard aligned module for each of the grade levels, K-2, again with each of the core ideas, earth, physical, and life science. And on November 8th, we gave an administrative report to our governing board on the committee process and recommended K-2 science resource materials begin their 60-day public review. At this time, I would just like to open it up for any of the committee members that would like to add or revisit any of the previous work of the committee. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next agenda item. Our next agenda item is actually discussion of, sorry, I got lots going on here. Discussion of the criteria and scoring and confirmation of scores for Amplify, Discovery, and Picture Perfect. So we wanted to ensure that we had parent representation on our committee, and we wanted you all to also have access to all three of the resources that we had access to. So we did ask that each of you reevaluate Amplify, Discovery, and then also Picture Perfect. But I would like to go over the initial scores with you first. So next in your packet, you will see the initial collective scores of the previous committee work. When you heard me speak about Amplify in the notes, you'll see that the very first one is highlighted in green. It is Amplify, and the score of Amplify was a 1. So if you look at the next page, you'll see that's also highlighted. Reason being, at the time, the committee felt that Amplify did not meet alignment with the standards. So once it did not meet alignment with the standards, they did not continue to evaluate anymore. Okay? If you look at the second handout, you'll see that it's Discovery. I have it in yellow highlighted. Collectively, the committee evaluated Discovery with a total score of 22 on the next page. And then Picture Perfect Science is in pink. And the committee collectively scored Picture Perfect Science with a 29. Reason being that it was the highest, therefore brought to the governing board for 60-day review. Any questions on the previously scored resources? Allison, will you hand Katie the microphone?
Just my question is, was this based on these that you ran through the trial periods? And for the Discovery one, was that one, is that something best used online because it was only trialed online, or is it also for in person?
It is an online resource, and it does not come in, I'll just say, physical form.
Okay, so it wouldn't be different if everybody was in school and they trialed it. Okay,
Correct.
That was my question.
Thank you. That's a great clarifying question. Okay. Do you have anything to add, Jen?
I do. Well, it is mainly online, so like it comes in like modules, so like all of the modules are online, but there can be hands-on activities that are part of it. How many there are can depend on but there are things that can be hands-on, so that to do in the classroom. So it's not solely simulation based.
Coming to you, Jen.
And although they are online resources, they do have printable materials too. So if you are using them in person, you do have the option to print those out to provide to students, as well as teacher manual or resource.
So it could have a different outcome. Potentially. Thank you. Okay, so what I ask you to do, all of us as committee members, is to rescore the resources. And what I would like to let you know is that you scored those individually, but I would like to show you those in comparison to one another. So if you've been on a previous committee with me, this is where we're actually going to compare them against one another. Does that make sense, parents that have been with me before? Okay, I'm going to show them to you. And as we go through them, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take it question by question. And I'd like for us to come to a consensus on a committee score in the room. So we'll stop, we'll have a discussion on the question, and then we'll determine what score we give each of the 3 resources comparatively. Questions? No, we're good. Okay, so the very first question was is the resource aligned to the Arizona standards for each grade level? If it is not met, do not continue. Can everybody see that okay? So this is for Amplify, and with Amplify, you'll see that a majority of us either picked many strengths or very strong. So I'd like for us to start at a 3, right? At a 3 level as you're thinking about Amplify. And do we want to go up to the 4, or would we like to come down to the 2 when we are thinking about Amplify?
Number 2 has 44%.
Yes, and number 2 does have 44%.
Down to 1 or up.
What are you thinking when we think about Amplify and what you saw with its alignment to the standards?
You'd have to play with it, right? Like the things that were for first grade weren't necessarily for our Arizona first grade, so you just have to kind of pick and choose.
So that's kind of around the question I had, because no matter what resource we have, all 3 of them are more NGSS aligned than Arizona aligned. So the standards exist. They are in all 3, but all 3 would require some kind of crosswalk to figure out, because all of those, pretty much any company is going to align to the next generation science standards. It's Arizona that did their own thing. So our standards, the standards are there, but content can be shifted to other. So we're going to see that across the board. And that was kind of the question I had about how to score this, because are the standards there? Yes, but it takes a crosswalk to find them, I guess.
For the kindergarten standards, I felt that the Picture Perfect had more. It was closer than Amplify. So that's why I scored it down.
Would you like to see the comparison before you make a decision on what we want to score question number 1 for Amplify? Would that help you? Let me just show you. Here's how Discovery, here's how you scored Discovery. 50% at many strengths and 37% at very strong. So if we're starting at a 3, right, we have to decide, are we going to go up to a 4, or are we coming down to a 2, or are we remaining right at a 3 for Discovery? And then here is what Picture Perfect looks like. So 44% at many strengths, 44% at some strengths, and 11% at very strong. So again, starting at that 3, are we going up? Are we staying at a 3? Or are we coming down to a 2?
Can you say more about the criteria for alignment?
Yes. So when I think about alignment, and I put the standards in front of you all so that you have them. One of the things that's unique about science is that it does have specific standards, but then there are also science and engineering practices, cross-cutting concepts, and then the big ideas or the core ideas, which we talked about a little bit with physical, earth, and science. So if it was perfectly aligned, you would also want to see a great connection with the cross-cutting concepts and also with the science and engineering practices and those core ideas. When I look at picture perfect science, I see that it delineates that. When you're back, looking at that, it says here are the engineering practices that this lesson is going to hit, and here are also the cross-cutting concepts. I don't know, and I would like to hear from you, but what did you see when you looked at Amplify and Discovery? Were you able to see all of those components? Were they accessible to you as a teacher? Were you able to make a tight connection to the standards of your grade? Jen, I think, is going to speak.
So what I noticed with Align was they actually, for first grade, they did it for all the grades. I was paying particular attention to first grade. They actually had a breakdown of what lessons met each standard. For example.
And who's they, Jen?
That was Amplify.
Amplify.
That was Amplify. So that was something that I noticed with them, and that was one of the reasons that I rated it higher, was because I liked that they broke it down. So this lesson is going to meet this particular standard.
Great.
I felt for Amplify, there was just a lot of stuff. So I was constantly going back and forth, double checking everything. And I just felt overwhelmed by the amount of standards and everything that they would put into one, I don't know what they call them.
Module.
Yeah, one module. I think there were 3 for second grade. And it was a lot.
I agree. When I first looked at it, it was very overwhelming, and I actually had to sit down and explore it. I watched the video, and I really had to dive into it, because when I first took a look at it too, I thought, this is very overwhelming, and how is this going to apply in a classroom setting? Are my students also going to be overwhelmed by it? So that was my initial thought too, until I actually jumped into it. I put brakes. I was like, there's so much information here. It's a bit overwhelming. And I was thinking about the application in the classroom. How is that going to play out?
So we're going to get to those questions as we continue. And right now we're just saying, what do we think about the alignment of each of these resources? Is it at a 3? Is it at a 4? Is it at a 2? Allison, can you pass that to Katarina?
Just in comparison of those 3, I would say Amplify is the lowest grade, because the yellow part is much bigger. The Discovery has the biggest red part for me, and so I would say Discovery first, Amplify the lowest, and in the middle would be the picture one. Just looking at this.
Is that what we're trying to do, is rate them?
Yes.
Okay, so like financially, can we afford to have one of these for all of the students K through 2?
Yes.
Okay. So because I know like Achieve wouldn't be able, I know we don't want to go there, but that it couldn't. Okay, and then Are they practicing these in the classroom? Any of these right now?
No, so they piloted them previously.
So right now you guys are using different supplemental science that you're not happy with, so we're looking for something to better. Okay.
And this is a primary resource, right? So this is something that would be core for all children. Okay, pressure, ready? Amplify. What score are we going to give it? Resources aligned to the standards.
I would say a 2, just because. I would say a 2 just because I felt like them when I looked at it, it was way overwhelming. And if I was overwhelmed just looking at it and exploring it, I felt that trying to teach it was just going to be way too much.
Can we agree on a 2? Allison, do you want to say more about that?
If we're agreeing that we're going to have to crosswalk for any of these, then I think it could go up to a 3 because you'd be able to find your standard in there, right? And that's the only thing we're evaluating right now. Is
Right now, just the
Yeah.
resource aligned to the standard. So we have a 2 on the table and we have a 3 on the table. Okay, I see. Oh, now we're using fingers. This is good. Okay, so I see. Okay, I'm going to go with 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3s. Okay, put your hand down if you were 3. Okay, that's easy for me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s.
I guess my question is because when I looked at these, when I looked at alignment to the standards, I think I scored them all pretty much the same. Because once again, I was looking, are the science and engineering practices there? Yes. Are the cross-cutting concepts there? Yes. Are the standards there? Yes. All things have to be crosswalked. I think I've heard about phenomena and because I was looking for that in them. So those things are there. So I don't know if we're.
So
Because I think if we're talking about, they're kind of all equal in an alignment piece is what I'm saying. Now, in actual implementation and using in the classroom, I don't think they're all equal. Like I have a favorite, but if we're looking for the pieces are there.
I see a lot of head shaking. Would you like to give them all a 3? Or would you like to give them all a 2? Or would you like to give them all a 4? Okay, show me with your fingers. Okay. Okay, that's hard work. Okay, Loretta, we're going low tech here. She's going to put that up for us to see comparatively. So those are all, okay, high tech and low tech. Those are all 3s. Okay, we're going to the next question. We're gonna start on a roll here, guys. So the next question was, does the resource have a menu or table of contents that contains references to text, visuals, content topics, and subtopics, making it easy to locate pertinent information? Amplify. We were strong at a 3. Some of us also said a 4, so we were toggling between a 3 and a 4. Discovery, really strong at a 3. Could also toggle up to a 4 if needed. And picture perfect, you've got 44% at a 3, 22% at very strong, so you're above 60% there between a 3 and a 4. I'm going to read it to you again. Has menu, table of contents, contains references to text, visuals, content topics, subtopics, making it easy to locate pertinent information. What would you like to give Amplify?
I thought that one was the easiest one to use that had everything laid out. There was a lot there, but for me, it was easy to find it.
Okay.
So I would give that one a 4 because it was super easy to find what you needed to.
Anybody have anything else? Are we going with a 4?
I would also say a 4 just because I found it, once I jumped into it, easy to navigate, a lot of information. That was the one where I could quickly change it to the grade level I was looking for and didn't have to search as much.
Okay.
And there was a lot of information.
Do we all agree we're going with a 4? Yes? Okay. What about discovery? We've got lots of 3s and some 4s. Jen's got her fingers up. She's like 3. She's staying solid here.
I could find a lot of videos, but not a lot of other stuff. Is that just me, or?
It was very confusing.
Okay. I was lost.
I was saying that when I piloted it, it was easier for me to find the stuff. But when I went back through a few days ago, I had to click in a bunch of different places to find what I was actually looking for. It's not like right on the front. It's really hidden in a lot of stuff.
So I have a 2 on the table and I have a 3 on the table. Okay. On the count of 3, you're going to show me. Are we a 3? Are we a 2? Okay, show me what you're thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4 2s. We're going with a 3? Okay. Picture perfect. Resource has menus or table of contents that contains references to text, visuals, content. Oh, I got the update. Somebody updated. Content topics and subtopics, making it easy to locate pertinent information. You are 40% at many strengths and 30% at very strong. 3 or 4? I got a 4 on the table. I feel like I'm an auctioneer. 4 on the table. Nope. There were 2s also. Okay. I think we are between a 4 and a 3. So we're going to have to vote again. Do you want it?
Is there more information about why a 4 or 3?
Yeah. Anybody have more information about why they would go? Deb, you want a 4?
It was very user-friendly. It was so easy to look at, and when we piloted it last year, it was wonderful and not complicated at all. And you don't have to go digging anywhere to find what you want to do.
So you're leaning towards it was easy to locate the pertinent information, right? Because the question is asking. Okay,
I guess I went off track a little.
that's okay.
This is just about the website. Is that?
No.
Okay. So we
It-
can take and,
Yep.
yeah, these are nice.
Can you hand that mic over?
For kids or teachers on the easy to locate?
I was looking for with a student view and a little bit about if I would be a sub one time. I think that would be easy for me to make a lesson, and the same to make something at home with my daughter. It's everything, and it stands here, and next you have to do this, and then this, and this information is important, and things like this. And I love the combination with the reading goals and stuff like this for the lower grades, for sure, but that was my big vote.
So Dr. Schuff asked, was it easy to locate? Is the information easy to locate for the teacher or for the student or both?
think just teacher, right?
I think you did. You're saying teacher, right? It was easy to locate for the teacher. Okay, 4 or 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 4s, 8 4s, 2 3s. Do we agree on a 4? Okay. Okay, we're moving right along. You guys are doing great. Okay, question number 3 says the resources support lessons that involve real-world context, including phenomenon that students will explore. Does everybody understand what a phenomenon is?
No.
Okay, great. Christy's going to explain that to us. I have a definition.
Do you want to read your definition? No. Okay. So in our new standards, they're given part of the coding in the standards is a U1, a U2, or a U3. And so U1 are phenomenon, U2 are like engineering practices, and then U3 are kind of like application. And we have a lot of U1 standards. And so that phenomenon is basically giving students a reason for doing the, like, instead of, it's supposed to spark their interest to kind of, for those of us of a certain age, it's the anticipatory set of to draw them in, to hook them in, but it's to get them engaged and asking the questions so that they are actually using the skills of a scientist, because a scientist would say, I notice, I wonder, and so you're presenting them with this phenomenon so that they are saying, I noticed that it did this, or I wonder why it did that. And so that's the word phenomena is used a lot now by all of the companies. So the one thing I will say is that there's a big training done by our Department of Education about phenomena doesn't have to be phenomenal. And so some of our textbook companies do take this to, like, they go out there with the phenomena, and then our kids don't always, it's supposed to spark their interest, but they don't connect with it. So choosing the right, and we're really seeing that at our middle grade level, is choosing the right phenomena is tricky. So that's where I struggled with some of these, because phenomena can be something really simple that just engages them, that gets them asking the questions and then wanting to do the investigations.
Did that bring more clarity? Okay, so amplify, you are at 55% many strengths and 44% very strong. I'm just going to show you a comparison. Discovery, very strong, was much higher. And then picture perfect science, many strengths and very strong, split 55-44. Oh, it says hit update. I'm updating. 50-50. Okay, so we're talking about supporting lessons that involve real-world context, including a phenomenon that students will explore. For amplify, are we going 3 or 4? I got a 3 on the table from Jen Crandall.
I have a question about the phenomenon.
Yes.
Is that more like hands-on? Does that bring more of that to the students?
It's supposed to help engage, but I mean, a phenomena can be something as simple as, sorry, I'm gonna have middle school examples because that's where my brain goes right off the bat when I'm on. But like we could open a jar of like peppermint oil and see how long it takes for it to spread. Well, and how is it moving across the room, and why is it moving? And so that can lead to investigations about particles or those kinds of things. So I know, because you've mentioned like the solar beads, and I don't know, like, but the reading books too, like they could read a story, and I noticed that this happened. What do you think? How could we fix that, or how could we do that? And so it can connect to the literature. It can be from a video. So there's all different ways, and then it leads into the investigation.
I feel like Picture Perfect has more of that.
The hands-on in those books. So did you say 4 for them? I would agree with that, right? Oh, sorry.
Oh,
For Picture
It-
Perfect.
Okay, that's okay. So I will jump down because it's the same question. We can go out of order. So Picture Perfect, you're leaning towards a 4. Katie put a 4 on the table for Picture Perfect. Oh, look at you guys. Okay.
And I didn't know what that word was.
Hey, we learned something new. Okay, so a 4 for Picture Perfect for that. So let's jump back up. What do you think then for Amplify?
It's hard never having used it. Exactly.
I just explored it
Mhm.
the other evening. I went on the website, watched the videos.
That's what I did too. But I thought some of the things were really cute, like for a little kid. The one of the second grade ones was, there was some, I don't know, tiger sanctuary, and they needed to figure out why trees weren't growing. So it had all these steps to finally get to what they were doing. But I thought it was really cute. I thought the kids would like it.
3 or 4? Bet Alicia has a 3 up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 3s, 1 4. Okay. We're going 3? Okay. Discovery. This is no judgment, by the way. Discovery 4 or 3? Discovery. Jen has a 4 up for Discovery. Oh, we got somebody going a 3 or a 2. Go ahead, Charissa.
I piloted Discovery, and I thought it was just the one I did was just kind of boring. So it was a little bit harder to get the kids involved in it. At least the one that I did.
I just couldn't really find the part where the kids were actually doing things. I just saw a lot of videos. Is that okay? So I'm not going.
I'm not sure, maybe I mix everything up, but I had the weather thing because my daughter has strong weather at the moment in school, and I was looking, and you can build a house and you can look what the tornado is doing with the house. If it's not working, maybe there is a lot of damage. And I love this scene to make something on the computer and demonstrate things like this. And I thought of some boys in your class. They might be fun for them.
So kind of like a simulation. Okay.
I piloted obviously at the upper grades, but where I ran into it definitely has the phenomenon. But we were running into that this sometimes the phenomenon was just so big, like it was, and that's because Discovery, that is their strength. They have all these great video clips, and so they're trying to tie those things, and so it was kind of these kind of real big overarching, like their phenomenon, because you can have like a huge like overarching phenomenon, or you can have what we call an investigative phenomenon, which is it's smaller and it's more pinpointed to one investigation. And so you might have several different phenomenon that are for each investigation. And so that sometimes that big overarching one too, that you got through so many steps that you kind of forgot, like back to, okay, well, why were we investigating this? So.
Okay, 3 or 4 for Discovery. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 4. So we're going 3? Okay. Okay, we did Picture Perfect already on question 3. Somebody's tracking this, right? Okay, good. Hi, Miss Cagle. All right, okay, question number 4 says, The research supports students in engaging in their own investigations based on questions and problems. Okay? The research supports students engaging in their own investigations based on questions and problems. Amplify, you had higher at many strengths, but several of us also picked very strong. Discovery, 50% at many strengths, so we could go 3, 4, or 2. And picture perfect science, many strengths at 55 and very strong at 44. And I'm updating 50-50. Okay, what did we think about this question for Amplify? Research supports students engaging in their own investigations based on questions and problems. Did you see that in the resource?
I think I saw a lot of pictures you can point out and questions about some phenomena. And the kids have to, talk about in class or to think about several times. I remember this one. So yes.
Anybody else?
I have my notes here. So I really like the investigation notebook that was provided with the pages already preset for students to use. So that would definitely go with that.
Okay, 3 or 4. Jen's first to the punch. 4. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 threes, 1, 2 4s. 3? 3. Okay. Ms. Cagle, welcome to the number show. Get ready to hold up your fingers. Okay. Discovery, same question. Discovery is the one with a lot of videos. I think we can describe it that way so we know what we're talking about. Discovery has a lot of videos. 3, 2, 4. Oh, I see 2s. Oh, I see 2, 2, 2, 2s. Susanna, are you in or out here? Nobody can win the game if they don't play. 2? I see a majority of 2s. Jen, 2? We're going 2, Miss Loretta. Okay, picture perfect. 50-50. Deb's throwing a 4 out there. Maybe we need dice. It's very engaging. Okay. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 4s. 1, 2, 3 3s. 4? Okay. All right. Well, you guys are getting faster. This is good. They're learning the game. Okay. Question number 5 says, resources provide information and activities through multimodality. Now, I want to clarify the definition of multimodality. So, multimodality does not always mean technology, right? What else can it mean? Hands-on, literature, books, pictures, music. Great. Okay, so everybody understands multimodality, right? All right, so Amplify was many strengths, 55.6%, and then also very strong at 33. So we can go 3 or 4, but we also had some 2s. In comparison, Discovery, many strengths at 65, again, very strong, and also some strengths, so we could go. And Picture Perfect, also many strengths, and then much fewer at the some strength, and also much fewer at the very strong. All right, let's go back to Amplify. And somebody's supposed to keep telling me to update. Okay, so amplify, what are we thinking? 3, 4? I got a 3 on the table. Got a 4 on the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. 9 3s, 2 4s.
Can the K-2 teachers, can you say what you think multimodality is best practice for your age group developmentally? As you're thinking about this, the resources?
They need hands-on, and they need like creating stuff, building stuff, something they could like actually see. I did. We can't deviate. Sorry.
Yeah, I also think just having the books too. So the teacher can have the book, and I don't know, to me, there's something different about reading an actual book to my kids than having them watch it on a screen. So.
Okay, 3 or 4. Oh, we already did this one. Did we? This one we said 3. Okay, great. Keep me on track. Discovery. 3, 2. I have 2s across the, Susanna? Good job. I have 2s across the board for discovery. Okay, picture perfect. You can go either way here. 3, 4, 2. I have 4s on the table and 3s. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 4s. Put your hands down if you were a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3s. Are we okay with the 3? Okay, you guys are playing very fair. I like this. All right, question 6. Resources provide multiple references at the topic and subtopic level. So when you think about this one, I just want to know, what were you thinking when you answered this question? What does that mean to you? Alicia?
I was looking to see what other things, we could do with that. So if it was hands-on, what else can we do?
So when you think about multiple references, right? Multiple references, think about multiple references of information, multiple references of integrated subjects, multiple references of materials, okay, at the topic and then the subtopic level. So what would be a topic? Throw a topic out.
Sound.
Great. What would be a subtopic?
How it travels.
Okay, everybody clear on that one? This one was a little bit difficult, I think. So amplify, look at the split. We were a little bit indecisive on that one, right? Okay, we're going to go look at a different one. Discovery, it could also be the question, right? The question was difficult for us in the moment. Again, discovery, 50% mini strengths, but then we were split on the other side with a 4 and a 2. Picture perfect, stronger in the mini strengths, right? Okay, let's go back. What are we going to say for amplify? 4? Jen's going to put up a 4 for amplify. Okay, we're between a 3 and a 4. I'm counting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 3s. Put your hands down if you're a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 4s. Okay. 3. Okay, discovery. 3, 2, 4. But Elisa's got a 3, 3, 2. Okay, we're between a 2 and a 3. Well, is this a 0? Oh, I'm like, we don't even have a 0. Okay, but between a 3 and a 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 3s. So we're a 3. Okay. And picture perfect. Well, you have a majority of 3. Everybody has a 3, and you can be a 2. Okay. Okay. Here we go. We're going great. Question 7, resources meet the criteria of credible sources. So it's accurate, it's current, it's research-based. Strong with a 3 on amplify, and then 22% very strong, and 22% some. Discovery, very strong at 37 and 62 at many. Picture perfect, 70% at many, 30% very strong. Okay, what are we thinking for amplify? Credible, accurate. I got 3s on the table. All 3s and 1 4. Okay. Discovery. This is kind of like the first question, right? I mean, okay, all 3s across the board. And picture perfect. All 3s, 1 4. You get to be you. You get to be you. And you're doing a great job of building consensus. Okay, amplify question 8. Resources provide aligned, meaningful activities and assessment opportunities. Aligned, meaningful activities and assessment opportunities. Some strength in amplify. Many strength at 22, and then very strong at 33. With discovery, we've got an update here. With discovery, many strength at 65, 25% with some, and 12% very strong. And picture perfect, 60% many strengths, 20% very strong, some strengths 20. Again, resources provide aligned, meaningful activities and assessment opportunities. I think this is the one you probably have the most meat on.
So this is the one that this is where I felt like the crosswalk thing came into play. And this is, once again, they all, no matter what, because they're not NGSS, there's all some crosswalking. And I will say, with the 2 online resources, what I notice is that they'll say, this like lesson 1.2, and then it jumps to like 3 point whatever, and so once again, are they there? Yes. But when I piloted Discovery, and I haven't had a chance to like truly dive in with Amplify with kids, but I'm kind of basing it off of Discovery, but it looked like it was laid out the same way. Where we struggled when we tried to do that, when we tried to just do lesson 1.2 and then jump to 3.4, there were gaps, not in content, but in their unit. So like their unit was cohesive, but because my kids hadn't done the whole unit, some of the activities I was doing would refer to something that was part of like unit 3, but I was only supposed to do unit I was only supposed to do 3.2 and 3.4, but something had happened in 3.1 and my kids were missing that and didn't, especially when you're talking about that phenomena or following a storyline. That was where I think I kind of went low on some of these, just because it went back to that crosswalk piece. And I know with the Picture Perfect, we sat in a room one day because I think, and we looked once again too, because it has the same problem where we have to jump, and we were having the conversation about reading level for some, like, because a topic was supposed to be, in second grade, but it's kindergarten for us, and what do then if we're looking at those materials. So I think that comes into play here too. And so we were trying to, when we were looking that day and we were mapping them out, we were trying to find the ones that weren't such a huge jump. But that's where I kind of went with this question.
Any other discussion on the meaningful activities and assessment opportunities of the 3 resources? Okay, amplify. 3, 2, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 twos, 2 threes. Okay, 2. Discovery. Meaningful activities, aligned meaningful activities and assessment opportunities. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 twos, 1, 2, 3. 3, 3. You were not a 3. 2 threes. What was that? A 2? Okay. I need a counter as well. Okay, Picture Perfect. 3, 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All threes. Okay. Okay, question number 9. We are getting really close. Activities and assessments have a range of rigor from DOK 1, multiple choice or fill in the blank, to DOK 3, in which students use more complex thinking. What does DOK stand for? Depth of knowledge, right? So from most basic recall all the way to a more complex reasoning. Any questions about that, parents in the room? Because I want to be real. I want to make sure we're really understanding that. Okay. So amplify. It looks like a third, and a third. Discovery, many strengths and some strengths. And with Picture Perfect, many strengths and then 1 at week. I have not seen green yet either. We just saw it. Okay, so let's come back to amplify. Activities and assessments have a range of rigor from DOK 1 to DOK 3. Either a 3 or a 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Amplify. It's either a 3, a 2, or a 4. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all 3s and 1 4. We're going to 3 on that one. Okay, discovery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 3s. Put your hands down, 3s. 2 2s and a 4. 8 3s, 2 2s, and a 4. 3s, right? Okay, and Picture Perfect. 3, 4. Solid at 3. Yes? Okay, 3. This is the last question. You all have done a fantastic job. Okay, activities and assessments include DOK 3, very high level, combining references and complex thinking, as well as DOK 4, which is at the highest level of thinking, that requires complex thinking with opportunities for problem-based or project-based learning. That's at the highest level, right? Amplify looks like many strengths at 44, some strengths at 33, not as strong with very strong at 22. Discovery, much more at many strengths, very strong at 12, some strengths at 12, and picture perfect at many strengths and some strengths. Oh, and I got an update. And even stronger at many strengths. Okay, amplify. Does it allow for opportunities for problem-based or project-based learning? Threes and Susanna at a 4. That's okay, we like that. Okay, all 3s. Majority 3, I should say. Okay, discovery. Did it allow for problem-based or project-based learning? Okay, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the 2. Okay, 3. Okay, picture perfect. Did it allow for complex thinking with opportunities for problem-based or project-based learning? You have 3s across the board. Okay. When you are looking at these in comparison to one another, what patterns and trends are you seeing? Is there one that is standing out? Are there 2 that are standing out? Is there one that is lower than the rest? What do you see?
We could take discovery off, right? Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I have to stay on the agenda topic. I think we're still evaluating, though. Yes. Okay, we're gonna go to the next agenda topic. Before we do that, okay, we did put Picture Perfect Science on 60-day review from the initial committee work. I've included it in your packet. I've actually included yes, it's right after the PowerPoint, yes. So I included that one in your packet, and just so you know, when it was on review for 60 days, we did not receive any public comment on Picture Perfect Science. Okay, so Ryan, do you want to speak to that at all?
It was actually on public display for over 70 days just because of the way that the holiday fell. But there were no responses. We had pushed out the QR code on social media and parent newsletters, had it up in the district office, and there were still no comments and no feedback left.
Okay. I also included for you the PowerPoint that was given at the governing board meeting on November 8th to put Picture Perfect Science on the 60-day review, right? So that you could see that, and it was uploaded also as agenda item. Any other discussion on the Picture Perfect Science being put on 60-day review? Or question?
It may be off topic, but
So I don't do Facebook or Instagram really for the school. So I get all the emails. So if it's not coming through email, I may not receive it. Even like looking through newsletters, I'll check them out, but not like regularly. So if it's coming through email, is that something it is coming through?
So the district, it was put on the district website, district social media, and publicized for the 60-day review. So
Through an email?
not through email.
Can we do emails? Or is that off topic? I don't know.
I don't think I can answer that, but I'm just going to hold it in my head for now.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Okay, any other discussion on 60-day review of Picture Perfect? Okay. Moving on to discussion and possible recommendation to the governing board to consider approval of K-2 science primary textbook resource for instructional use. So that was what we just discussed at the 60-day review. And this is where we need to make a decision of does this committee decide to bring back the Picture Perfect Science to the governing board as the consensus of a primary textbook for use in K-2 classrooms for science instruction? Or are we recommending something else to be being brought forward to our governing board that would need to be on to go on a 60-day review to the public? So let me back that up. Picture Perfect Science has already been on 60-day review. It could potentially move to approval. Any of the others that we looked at have not been on 60-day review. The committee could make a decision to put them on 60-day review or ask our governing board for a approval to put them on 60-day review. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. Yes. Okay. I gotta stay on agenda here. Okay, so when you looked up here, Allison, you were gonna say something.
I was thinking maybe we could take discovery off.
Is that a consensus of the committee? Yes. Okay, I see everyone shaking heads. Yes. Do I need to do a vote? We're okay? Okay. Thumbs up. Yes? Okay, we're taking that one off. Okay. We have Amplify and Picture Perfect. You have scores up here to compare them. Anything standing out differently between the two? What do you notice?
The numbers are for pictures, for sure.
Can you say that again?
All the numbers are higher for picture if I'm just counting.
Specifically three. Go ahead, Susanna.
There are 3 questions, I believe, that are higher for Picture Perfect than Amplified. Number 3, 4, and 8.
3, 4, and 8. And I'm just going to pull those up so you guys can see them. Resource supports lessons that involve real-world context, including phenomenon that students will explore. I'm just reminding you of what those questions are. The resource supports students in engaging in their own investigations based upon the questions and problems. 3, 4, and 8. And then question 8. Resource provides aligned, meaningful activities and assessment opportunities.
I just want to say from a teacher standpoint, getting the box with everything in it and ready to go is so much more helpful than searching through the website and picking and choosing and that sort of stuff.
I also feel like with the Amplified, there was so much as a second grade teacher. I don't feel like I could ever get through all of it that was in there. And a lot of the investigations, I felt like if I didn't do all the parts, they weren't going to get the full picture of what they were trying to do.
Okay, have we made a decision? I'm going to say what I think the decision is, and then you're going to say, yes, that's the decision, or no, you are wrong. I think we are going to take picture perfect science to the governing board for approval as a primary resource for K-2 science. And I have thumbs up across the room. Are you, yeah, are we happy about that? Okay.
Just one question. I know when we were going through and doing the crosswalk, are we going to order specific boxes from them, not the whole thing?
I do not think I can speak to that. Because I have to stay on the agenda. But this may help you. This PowerPoint might help you. Okay, I think we need to meet again? Do we need a future meeting date? Or have we made our decision? I think we've made our decision, so we will not be having a future meeting.